Well, Fulk II Plantagenet has definitely found his feet since the last episode here. And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Round Builder Guy here. And some Crusader Kings 3 adventures with the Plantagenets and at some point the Angevins. I mean, technically they're always Angevins because Angevin means coming from Anjou. Anyway, you know what I mean. Thanks everybody again for joining, watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, yada yada yada. I really appreciate it. And today's episode I say it's gonna be less expansionist than the last one, but first of all, I can't guarantee anything that happens in these episodes. Second of all, I wouldn't say the last episode was expansionist. It was reunificationist, for lack of actual English. But Fulk II, the mighty Duke of Berry, still, actually reunified his grandfather's lands. Let me unpause here. And today we're going to continue on putting claims on Aquitaine. But currently, Aquitaine is actually at war internally. They are losing against none other than Countess Isabella, the Compassionate of Périgord, in her war against the tyranny of Duke Adalbert. So Aquitaine in an internal war right now. As we see, who is she allied with? She has one ally in La Marche. So La Marche and Périgord are going to war against Aquitaine. So this could destabilize Aquitaine perfectly for Fulk to look south, start gobbling up some realms there. Now we're also going to look here. We've got a few things to take care of here. First of all, we have someone to ransom out and pay a ransom for Count Eudes. We'll just call it good and say that he might have a slight favor owed to us. So now we pay the ransom. Sure, we'll accept that. And we're gonna take a quick look. You can change your vassal's contract. I always love doing this. We're going to increase his levies. This is an act of tyranny. No, because I'm going to use a hook to do that. So we're gonna gain a little bit more. So we could either do that or ask for higher levies. I am a fan. Oh, the county of Saint-Onye is now ours. Can't do both. We could only do one. What else could we do? We'll ask for more money. I'm always a fan of more money. So more factions. Count Eudes has created a faction to install Count Eudes. Okay. New law was passed. A lot of stuff is happening here real quick. But so let me just pause. And there are a few things we can do now. So we can declare a war on the Countess Venmond the Cruel, and for Count Thibault's claims. So that's an interesting one. We don't have the prestige to do that. Then Duke Raoul of Gascogne, we can press Count Eva's claims for the entire duchy. Yeah, we're not going to do that. And then of course the Duke here. And we could grab Aquitaine, but we're just gonna leave that all for now. We're gonna continue to fabricate claims in Aquitaine, actually. So I think Limousin would be a good one, and then Périgord will be next. And so we're just slowly but surely just eating up Aquitaine. Then we're gonna move down south to Gascogne and just roll up the south, as it were. Now, Toulouse here, Duke Estève, we can blackmail him to the attempted murder, and this is a strong hook. He loses 15 opinion. I don't care. His secret can be exposed. He will accept 100%. Guaranteed. Murder hooks are always good to blackmail. And we're going to do the same thing here. And we're going to blackmail him. He already isn't our biggest fan. But gaining some strong hooks against the fellow dukes of France, I believe, can always come with an advantage to how we play. And if you take a look at Fulk himself, you know, I mean, he's not much of an intrigue guy. He's dropped actually a little bit in his stewardship, but he is ambitious. A night to forget. By God, this party is boring. Louis has got to be the worst host in the world has ever seen. How can mortal man be expected to endure this snoring celebration of mediocrity? My eyes cast about the room, looking for a diversion, any diversion. Margarita gives me a friendly wave from a nearby balcony. I've got to do something to stop this evening drag. Perhaps I could get to know Margarita better. Hey, Duchess Margarita has now become our friend. So, Count Anselm of Albi is a weak-souled person. Interesting. Betrothed can marry. Yes, we will now send that proposal. And that formalizes our ties with Brittany. And that's good to know. So our heir, Hugh, is now married to Odienne de Rennes of Brittany. So that's excellent. Ill, my mortal body, duke or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortals. I was reminded of this as I woke coughing in the early morning hours, a dull ache pounding through my head and throat. You seem to be under the weather, my lord. I know a fair number of suitable remedies. Court physician. He's a novice physician, but do no more than what is necessary. When Guillaume entered my chambers, he was followed by an air most foul. The stench's origin was a jar in his hands. A mixture of cow's dung and herbs for your poultice, my lord. When Guillaume proceeded to smear it on my chest, I almost retched. In the end, the poultice did nothing to improve my state. In truth, I think I feel worse. Go away, I want to rest. Gained worsened disease symptoms for 1 year. So a moderate health penalty. That's not good. That's not good at all. So he's in poor health right now, ill and in bed. Question is, will this be another Fulk gone? And then, of course, his heir is Hugh. And Hugh is an interesting guy. He is very diplomatic. I'm not saying that Fulk is going to pass, but let's take a look at Hugh real quick. Of course, he's focusing on... What is he focusing on? I think he's on... I actually don't even remember what he's on right now. But he is an adequate bargainer. I want to say it's diplomacy. He's lustful, he's arrogant, and he's honest. So there is that. Greetings, my serene vassal. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I regret to inform you that I've decided to increase your contractual obligations. Surely you understand my plight. France is in dire need of protection, and your contribution plays a huge part. And besides, you do owe me. Yeah, that's true. So, high taxes. Well, you know, what goes around comes around. That's another one we have the opportunity to blackmail is Countess Van Mond. And she will accept 70%. This is a weak hook. Let's see if she will go for it. Going to blackmail hook on Countess Van Mond. Excellent. Hooks and secrets. Is there anybody else we have here? We've already... he murdered Count Guillaume III. Murdered Fabrice. Non-believers here. Quite a few. And we already gained him. We only have one hook against us left. Let's see here. This is Count Albi. And he is down in the south. We could blackmail him. May as well. Let's just gain these. This is a mayor. This is a mayor. Not really much there. Oh, he's pretty good, but he's 70 years old. I'm not too worried about him. I mean, that's kind of not much there. Mayor Emede of Perron. I mean, he's a non-believer. There's a good chance he'll accept it. There's not really much to be gained. But now we've got a few hooks, and we'll kind of see if and how we can play some of these. Oh, we've got an unpressed claim in the county of Évreux. Okay, that doesn't... Interesting. Part of Normandy. It's right up here. So, I mean, we've got a few of these. Not sure what that will all do for us, but we do have a few. Oh, the Duke Baudouin of Auvergne. He was the man behind the failed murder attempt of Count Aimon. Good lord, how many more... how many more secrets are we going to be able to expose from this man? It looks like King Ralph is without a spouse right now. He has 2 children, both female. Princess Joan. Is there anything we can do here marriage-wise that makes sense? Not really. I mean, nothing here that'll actually get us anywhere. So just going to keep an eye on that situation. Right now, we really have most everything. Constance is now 2 years old, so we could betroth her and see if some ally, or not even ally, somebody who could be a problem for England is in a position that could help us out. I'm looking at Scotland and Norway in particular, but possibly also the Danes or the Welsh or the Irish. Joffrey comes of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. For the longest time, I was hoping that good tutelage would be enough to teach Geoffroy the intricacies of careful planning. All efforts have come to naught, however, while he has shown himself fully capable of petty scheming. Few would call it refined, but refinement is not always what you need. They grow up so fast. All right, let's keep on. Still gonna scour and see if I can find a good betrothal. Oh wow, a few things have now happened. I lost the trade ill. I woke up this morning, observed the first rays of sunshine. It took me a moment to realize I slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. And the alliance has expired. Baudouin d'Auvergne has died. So we can obviously no longer sway him. If we look here to Brittany, we are going to start swaying Duke Conson to kind of try and be on his good side. So we have, let's see, what else do we have here? Anything else pop up? Not soon. We still have your hook on your vassal will soon expire, but there's nothing really there. I mean, we can modify his feudal contract. Oh, no, we can't. Have already been changed. Okay. So we can't do that. But we've got a few things up here now. We've got Countess Ava's Hunt. No. And a new perk here in stewardship. We're going to go with Honored to Serve. Vassal Counselor tax contribution plus 20%. Powerful Vassal Counselor levy contribution plus 20%. And then Administrator comes after that. The Administrator gets a +1 to Diplomacy, +3 to Stewardship, Vassal Opinion +5, Parochial Vassal Opinion +10. So that will be next for good old Fulk II. While performing her duties as the Spy Master, Mayor Beatrice has uncovered a secret held by Duke Renaud of Flanders. Of all manner of vile things, he satisfies his hunger with human flesh. Ooh. That's not good. Well, not good. I'd say that's more than not good. And let's see, where are you, you human eater? He's not on here. That's nasty. That's really, really nasty. Let's take a look at factions right now. Udes, he is too weak and discontent. Ava is also not strong. There's a Liberty faction here with one member, Count Hugh of Troyes. Here too, there's just not enough power in any of these. Are there any against the Liege? Yes, Liberty faction. This is Count Pierre Raymond the Crusader and Countess Mathilde. So our hook on Count Thibault has expired. There wasn't really much else. I wasn't really interested in too much there. Right now we are just rebuilding bit by bit, gaining a little bit of cash, and then we're going to look and see what the next steps might be in forming some alliances. Let's look at the King of France right now. There's really nothing there. I mean, his youngest daughter is betrothed to our eunuch son, so that's a thing. Good for him. Actually, I mean, what I would like to do to him, not Folk. Where are you? There you are. I mean, what I'd like to do is ask him to take vows. That's what I would like to have happen. But he's just not going to do it. It's not looking like he's going to go that route. Off to play. My son Fulk has been invited to a gathering of peers by Countess Brigida. He's packed in ready and clearly excited to leave for Carcassonne. Very well. Off he goes. Well, this is interesting. Witchcraft. Duke Constant of Brittany. There is evidence that he may be participating in secret rituals. What other purpose would there be for something like that but to commune with evil spirits and possibly consorting with demons? What evil is he planning? Let's look real quick. Are there secrets here? Nothing beyond that. Oh, we of course have the cannibal. We're definitely blackmailing him for that. And then Conson, I don't know. It's a strong hook. And you should never underestimate the power of a strong hook. I do like a strong hook. It could be solid for us to keep them away from doing anything. I mean, we're allied with them. You know, they're not really going to do anything against us, probably. We're just going to leave that right now because it would hurt our relationship with him, even though we're working on rebuilding that. You know, we're just going to keep that one in the back pocket for just this moment. So if we look at current alliances, we've got Armagnac, we've got Poitiers, of course, our brother, the French, but that's just the King of France. That's just a general thing. And then, of course, we have Brittany. So we've got another potential alliance down in the south, which could be very, very important. So I arrived back at my castle after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born on this day 38 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me that I've not heard from my wife, Margarita, or any one of my friends today. I trudge along to my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet, when I hear a clang, hushed whispers from down the hallway. What could that be at this hour? Happy birthday. It's a party. We've had this already once before. What a surprise. All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of life. There is even an entire table laden with saffron cakes, my favorite. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Margarita went to all of the trouble of arranging this in secret. I had not a clue such a thoughtful surprise was being planned at all. My friend Tomas approaches me, struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Ever the trickster, he says, I have 3 gifts here for your choosing. One shall be yours. Which one shall it be? Let's take the biggest one. Owner of the Anjou sword. Wow, a masterwork weapon. Current holder is Duke Folk of Berry. That's us. Prowess +6. Enemy fatal casualties +6%. Well, that's nice. Looks like there's a war going on here in the Holy Roman Empire. Could be interesting. The County of Limousin is now... We have that. That's a nice little claim to have. See, there's a war here. Lyonnaise and Provence. So that's interesting. Lyonnaise, what is it? Viennois. Lyonnaise. I don't even know where that came from. It has come to my attention that some local commoners are moving to Vannes, the capital of Duke Constant of Brittany. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm. Take this gold and make sure you're heard. 55 gold. Just to make them like me more. Alright, let's go back here and let's see. Périgord. We'll work on fabricating that claim. That pretty much gives us claims to all of the lands of Aquitaine, which is quite nice. Slowly but surely, just building up some claims, and then we'll press them eventually. But what I was saying before was Toulouse could be a good one for us. And Guichon to Toulouse, the heir actually is not betrothed, and Constance, our daughter, she's 3 years older, but that's okay. We are going to send that proposal and add Toulouse to our alliance system. Auvergne, in the meanwhile, our former ally, there's a lot going on there. Looks like there is war against the tyranny of Duke Fouquet. There is our alliance. Greetings, my serene liege. Despite our best efforts. No. I would not be so certain. Keep it up. Keep looking. King Henri's court. You may find some more things. So Auvergne is in a bit of trouble right now. We're keeping an eye on the south, specifically towards Aquitaine. That is most definitely where we want to head next. The other areas, of course, worth looking at are right here, an area to connect our lands in the Champagne and kind of create this long band of Plantagenet lands straight across all of France before heading further down south and just building a stranglehold on the French kingdom. That's really what we want. We want Henri to be, I wouldn't say scared of the Plantagenets, but definitely mindful of them. Wealth aplenty. My treasury is brimming with gold and silver, and all expenses are cared for. As a wealthy lord, I am expected to offer patronage to some kind of artist or scholar. As luck would have it, 3 potential candidates just arrived in Berry. But do any of them impress me? Arsène is known for growing beautiful gardens. Beautiful gardens, that goes against being humble. Interesting. Okay. Anu's religious poetry has moved many souls. So support religious art for 5 years, so that bumps up clergy opinion and piety. The discoveries made by Hugh show promise. So funding for natural philosophy, so learning goes up and development growth goes up. No, I have no other plans for that money. Because we're ambitious, we do want something. I would say natural philosophy. That fits better. Just a little more learning. Piety, yeah, we could use it, but that's not really his thing. He's never been shown to be an overly pious or religious man. He's relatively average, but you could argue he's definitely been more successful than his father. Not that his father really had much time as the Duke of Berry. Oh, our friend Thomas has died. 50 stress gained. That's a shame. We like Thomas. Thomas was a good friend. He educated one of our children. Savary de Lévis becomes your acclaimed knight. Loses 40 glory. Okay. Task finished. Accolade loses rank. All right. I do not believe we will ever find anything either. Okay. Very well, you know best. So we're going to stop looking at the court. So now we're just going to have her disrupt schemes locally. I think that would be very, very important. So we're still promoting culture in Poitiers, so nothing has changed there. Our chancellor is focusing on domestic affairs over foreign affairs. But I think at this point we can switch to foreign affairs, as that would be very important, boosting up the prestige as well. Looks like we've got Count Renaud has a hunt for us. Count Renaud of Saumur. You know what? No, we're not going to go. I'm going to decline that hunt. He doesn't really like us, and so I think it'd be best to be cautious. Duchess Margarita has gained the trait pregnant. Excellent. More children coming to Fulk II. Fulk, who now is 38 years old. He's decent. I mean, he's done a lot. And Duke Conson, we've swayed him, so that's positive. Excellent. So, I mean, he's achieved a lot, but characteristic-wise and so on, he's relatively average. A gift fit for. The hustle and bustle is palpable among the traveling merchant stalls. Temporary shacks are stacked to the rafters and contain all manner of knickknacks. These pieces are positively radiant and would make a lovely gift. As Duchess Margarita and I walk by one of the merchants peddling jewelry, she hesitates slightly as she leans in for a closer look. Perhaps one of these would brighten her day for my lovely life. A torque fit for Margarita. The gift of my company is bright enough. And he's not a cheapskate. So, bejeweled for 10 years. And her opinion goes up. So folk will spend money on those that he is close to. A ruler, my dearest Fulk, it's so good to see you. I watch you as you dutifully rule our realm and would like to assist in any way that I can. She looks over her shoulder. I may have, well, let's not dwell on what I did in the matter, but what I will say is that a mutual acquaintance owes me a favor. Silent breeze moves through her hair, and I can't help but gaze at her wonderful features, attempting to etch them into my mind. She tilts her head and looks at me expectantly. How did you, never mind, please enlighten me. I'm more interested in you, my sweetheart. Yes. So she is, we are now extraordinarily close as you could possibly be. Interesting to hear that we look over here, Tuscany in central Italy is growing, and Sicily has grown relatively strong there as well. Croatia ever growing, but look at the Holy Roman Empire. How far that's grown. I mean, it's gobbled up Hungary. So the Holy Roman Empire is huge. The Byzantines there, the Seljuks, very strong. Go down here, Morocco. Very strong. France, also one of the most powerful ones. The Norway, also very, very strong. But the HRE, that is quite imposing, if I do say so myself. Indiscreet counselor, having served me faithfully as my spy master, I entrusted Mère Beatrice with the ability to travel freely within my court. However, I've now learned she has taken advantage of my hospitality and been indiscreet with my son, Geoffroy. I will not make Beatrice rot in... I will make her rot in jail. It would be a shame if this got out. Yeah, we'll just keep that. I mean, love her with our eunuch son, who is married to a princess of France. Interesting. Interesting, dangerous game. Well, at least, I mean, he can't get her pregnant, so don't have to worry about that. Okay, another daughter. Very nice. Let's see a good friend. Isabel. I like that one. So, Isabel, another daughter. The comfort of a friend. There are few things I enjoy more than Duchess Margarita's company. A rowdy night in town and a lot of new acquaintances truly took my mind off my troubles. After this short break, I was once again ready to take on my duties. I'm lucky to have a friend like Duchess Margarita. Spending time with Margarita is always good for me, so reducing stress and kind of getting over the death of my good friend Thomas. It looks like my liege is at war. So France has allied with the Kingdom of Castile in the Iberian Reclamation. Well, trying to claim as much of of Central Iberia back. And of course, that's quite the alliance here. Allied with Bukikima. And our daughter-in-law has given birth to a daughter, Marguerite. I like that name. Sure, why not? Yeah, it's time for a new stewardship lifestyle perk, and all we have left is administrator, which we will unlock. Administrator gives +1 to diplomacy, +3 to stewardship, +5 vassal opinion, parochial vassal opinion, +10. Excellent. So Folk now he's still average, but on the higher end of stewardship average. So that's very, very nice. For what is coming, I think it's time to increase our light horsemen. Invest a little bit more there. On that. Still go to war with King Ralph, but not really focused on that. And Constance, she is ready for a teacher. Let's see, who is there? Oh, Raymond. He would be excellent in diplomacy. Yes, absolutely. He will be the teacher. Countess Matilda's hunt? No. No, not really interested in that right now. A grand tour would be great, but it just costs far too much money. Could host a feast, go on a hunt, or a pilgrimage, but none of that is really befitting. We have plans. The ambitious Duke Folk is looking straight south. And all of these little counties here and here are also on the to-do list, so to speak. But not yet at this time. Aquitaine is the bigger and more prestigious prize. So we build up that power base to eventually challenge England for what is rightfully ours in Normandy. So we've got a dangerous faction. Let's see, we've got that Liberty faction. Discontentment is growing. So that damn Thibault, Hugh, and Renan. These guys. I really don't like this guy. Not even a little bit. Can we just murder him? Just get rid of him completely. That would be the best thing. I could revoke a title, but not really feeling up to that just yet. Count Thibault's hunt? Yeah, I don't think so. We can see that Liberty faction is growing. Countess Emacint of Berry, Renault. This is a dangerous one. This is a very dangerous one. So we are going to petition our liege and dismantle the faction. That is very, very important. So we will start traveling because we want to get there first. I can't wait. Let's get going. Entered into a regency. Our son is taken over as we head to Paris to petition the liege to disband this very dangerous faction against us. Thank you, my liege. Absolutely, Vassal. I shall dispatch my agents immediately to take care of this matter. Listening to our speech, he smiles warmly, and he is happy, and this is the treachery of Count Thibault and his Liberty faction. Thank you, my liege. Gains 10 opinion. Every member of the Liberty faction cannot join another faction for 5 years. Loses 10 opinion of King Henri. Liberty faction is disbanded, and renown grows, and King Henri gains 10 opinion of us. There, so that very dangerous faction has now been disbanded. Very, very important. Good. Thank God. Made it back home. Rabot. 55 days and 11 baronies traversed. Regency has ended. And we could pay homage. We're not going to do any of this stuff. We are biding our time for the bigger prize. In the meantime, we do have the money to add another regiment of pike. And some more siege equipment. The voice of reason, another council meeting, another conflict. Steward Raoul and Chancellor Renaud are arguing violently about the upcoming building projects. As Duke, I could silence them with a single word, but I have a better idea. My diplomatic pursuits have given me insight on how to handle situations like these to please everyone. Side with Raoul without upsetting Renaud. Side with Renaud without upsetting Raoul. Find a compromise to make everyone happy. Yes. I think we will do that. And they lost 10 opinion of us. Okay, so made nobody happy. A courtier between friends. My vassal Count Thibault has honored me with a visit and has brought one of his courtiers along. Thibault approaches me excitedly. Well met, Duke Folk. It pleases me to see you thriving here in Anjou. It occurred to me that Boudivoy might be of service to your court. In your court, he's an incredibly talented steward, seemingly touched by Midas. I would make use of him myself, but alas, it doesn't seem possible. I would hate to see his great talent go to waste. Won't you take him and unleash his potential? I know just the place for him. Excellent. He's joined our court. To serene folk, I've prowled through the documents, both ancient and of less certain provenance. The county of Périgord is ours. We have now the claim necessary for the final county of Aquitaine. So, our claims stretch between all of these. So we can slowly but surely press forward, but we're gonna give it a moment. Duchess Margarita has a claim. The county of Limousin. We'll have to wait and see where the next steps might lie. Look at Aquitaine itself. Can we request a claim there? We cannot request the claim for the Duchy of Aquitaine just yet. We need 410 piety for that. But we have basically everything we need to build up the claims necessary to start gobbling up more and more. We're going to send him here to Montargis and look at adding these to our realm as well. But these years of peace are now slowly but surely coming to a close, as we are going to be beginning our conquest very, very soon. In fact, I think the next episode could see the years of peace come to a close for the Plantagenet house. Let me know your thoughts on this kind of less eventful episode. Occasionally these do happen. You can't always be conquering and so on. But it was very important to get that Liberty faction disbanded, as he's building momentum to launch something great in the future. But yeah, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Until next time, I'm Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.